Joining me now is Doyle Richmond, of course, the real estate group. Good morning, Doyle. How
Hello.
are you? Hey, hello. So professionally. How are you?
No, we
How's
can't
your
be
week
that
going?
professional.
No, we don't need to be. Come on, it's Saturday morning.
Yeah, exactly.
we're just hanging out.
Yeah.
So, how was your week?
That was a good week.
Good week?
you know.
All right.
Did a bunch of different things and
Yeah.
just got a good call the other day about someone who wants us to help them list their property. So,
Listing property.
it's time of the year. It's kind of that in between, Thanksgiving, Christmas era. As I was coming over here from Keystone, they're packing up the line to get in line to go into the parking lot. So,
Right.
So I think people are jonesing to try to get out there in the slopes.
I know, and when people start getting out into the slopes and enjoying it, whether it's the first time or the 100th time, I mean, you start getting that bug, like, well, maybe I can try to make this happen as a second home. And how realistic is that for a lot of people?
No, I think it's more realistic than a lot of people think. I mean, of course, it's still a big purchase. This is
Yes.
a discretionary purchase. I mean, they're going to live in the Front Range or some other part of the country, and
Right.
this is most likely going to be a second home for them. That, in some cases, people will keep it for themselves and their friends. Other times, people will rent it on out, help cover some of their costs.
Yep.
And then, as you and I have talked about over the years, there's the whole quarter share concept where someone says, you know what, 13 weeks out of the year is plenty for me. I own 25% interest in there. I don't have to find three other partners, and I can buy and sell it just like any other property.
Right, which is a great way to buy in some real estate out here, especially when you're not going to probably be able, if you're purchasing as a second home, you're not going to be here the whole time.
Yeah, different things with different people. I mean,
Sure.
Front Range people, there's some Front Range people that just love it up here. They escape every other week, every weekend, every weekend.
Yeah.
Or their jobs nowadays, with the flexibility of computers and such, they can be anywhere they want to be. It looks like they're flipping through some pictures here as we're talking, and this is just concentrated on the Keystone market. But look at there, one bedroom at $200,000.
But it certainly covers the spectrum in terms of what you can find in price.
Yeah, one bedroom, like those people, that's a great illustration, that last picture, where they can walk right to the slopes, and you could be at $200,000 for one bedroom. That's just spectacular. And a nice village, by the way. And these are at the base of slopes, and you pay a little bit more premium Lone Eagle and timbers. And these, the Settlers Creek Trappers Crossing, and just east of River Run, just a great neighborhood that you can be out in the woods. So if you're that type of person who wants to be in the trees along the river and only a mile away from the ski slopes, that last shot was an excellent shot there too.
Right. Well, and as you said, those photos were covering the Keystone Resort area.
Right.
But you don't just stay focused on Keystone.
No, Keystone. I mean, Keystone's been very good to Dave and I. It's been something that we've done a large amount of business for many, many years, and we feel fortunate that we're able to be the leaders in the Keystone market. But by all means, just help some people out in Silverthorne, just help some people over in Frisco, just help some people over in Breck. I think first and foremost is kind of, spend some time with the people, kind of listen to them carefully, and see what their wants and needs are, and educate them on the market. Sometimes they don't really know per se till they spend some time with you, maybe a day with you, and they can kind of fine tune that. And that's the process. I mean, it's very unlikely that someone's going to go spend half a day with you and buy a property, but it does happen.
It's not exactly your typical impulse buy.
but they may know the market pretty well. That type of person.
Yeah.
But most people are going to spend several times with you or multiple times with you out there over months, over different seasons, and really feel comfortable about the areas, and then make the right buying decision.
And that's something to stress as well, is how comfortable should someone be in a real estate market like that, what exists in the county right now?
Yeah, I think everyone, in a perfect world, everyone wants to buy low and sell high.
Sure.
The nice thing about Summit County is that our homeowners typically, are people that are financially stable. They're really buying the property to enjoy the area that much more. It's a secondary benefit if the property increases in value. We happen to be, I think, at a great time that when you look at doing this for 20 years up here in this market and seeing markets go up and down, I feel that this particular market is on the tipping point of going back up. If we're not at the bottom, we're very darn close to it. And we had, use Keystone for example, we had 40% increase in activity this year over last year. And countywide, it's about 15 to 20% increase in activity. And I always see that the activity precedes, the values going on up. And it's no guarantee, but historically speaking, if we're about 25% off our highs and some of these other things are happening, there's going to be some good good potential for a number of people.
You bet. Now, as we talked about in weeks past, is that a lot of people's first step when they're getting into the real estate market, that they usually just check it out online. So tell me about your website.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, again, technology-wise, ours is very simple. I think the screen was up there. It's doylerichmond.com, and then we're the real estate group, so that's why you see the real estate group there.
Pretty simple.
Right now, they're focused on the feature properties. Dave and I typically have anywhere from 30 to 50 plus listings at a time, depending how fast we're selling the properties.
Right.
But and depending on the season. But that's one particular area you could look at feature properties. Also on the website at doylerichmond.com is a section you do a quick search.
Yeah.
And says, I want to do a 2-bedroom right there on the right-hand side. I want to do a quick search. I want to find a 2-bedroom, 2-bath between $300,000 and $400,000, and I want to look at Frisco, Silverthorne, and Breck.
Yeah.
And it's going to pull up every single listing by every single agent. And there's enough data there to intrigue someone, but obviously they're still not going to really know the market well enough. But that's usually the introduction point. Is so
right.
Whether they're on Realtor.com, Trulia, whatever website that they might happen to be on there, that's usually a starting point, and then they typically will try to find a good realtor to help them learn that market.
Mm-hmm. And they can find out more, again, information about you on doylerichmond.com, but also your phone number is listed there on screen, and someone can give you a call. And you're working pretty much 24/7, right?
Yeah, this time of year, it's
Yeah.
pretty much 24/7 now, but we get a little bit of break, obviously, in spring and fall.
Sure.
But, historically speaking, interesting, as slow as fall might be for us as visitors here, that's really a lot of big, real buyers that have come back from winter and summer visits, and they're ready to make a purchase before the ski season. Then right now what will happen during the winter season is the people, again, overlapping that they've already done these things, they might make a purchase during the ski season.
Right.
So there's not really any real slow time, but if, talking about visitors, it'd be spring and fall.
Got it. Very good. Hey, Doyle, always a pleasure for you to come
Yeah,
in.
thank you.
Thanks.
Have a good
always
Saturday.
good to see you. You have a good
You
weekend
guys have
yourself.
fun on the slopes. Give us a
right.
call.
That's right. And, it's some 4 inches of new snow at Keystone to enjoy as well.
That's why they're all going over there.
That's why they're all going over there. We're going to take another break. We also have another update for your snow and weather conditions coming up here shortly, and just more Summit Sunrise in a little bit, so stay tuned.